Now, I want to talk about a painting that is just recently uploaded to the HAR website. It's actually an auction house offering in New York in September 2025. But what I want to talk about is actually the dating, the subject, and the importance of this. So what we have is a painting of the great fifth Dalai Lama. It's quite a large painting. And surrounding the central figure of the great fifth, we have 8 figures and then 2 small little attendant figures below the throne. They're not necessarily that consequential, and they do not have inscriptions, whereas all the other 8 have inscriptions, and we also have a large inscription at the bottom in a kind of a cartouche, almost in a section of the painting. So what we're looking at is most likely a painting of the fifth Dalai Lama when he was alive. So this is a 17th century painting. And we can recognize him as a fifth Dalai Lama by the mustache, the yellow hat, holding a lotus flower, and the kila, nail or peg that's in his belt, tucked into his belt. Also, we have at the upper left side, we have Padmasambhava, and then we have Vairotsana or Vairotsana, the Nyingma, early Nyingma scholar, very early. And then descending on the right and left, we have, on the left, we have Trabangushi. He's the supposed discoverer of the 4 medical tantras. So that would be in the mid 11th century also. And then we have, on the right side, we have Yutok Yuntung Gompo the younger, and then we have Yutok the elder on the left side. And then we have 3 figures that have inscriptions, but they've not really been looked at yet by our team, the Himalayan Art Resources team, and they've not been placed. But what we can say is the majority of the figures surrounding the Great Fifth are involved with the Tibetan medical tradition. And then what we can also say is the painting is done in the similar measurements and the similar style as the Blue Barrel medical paintings. I think there's about 85 of them in total, and they were commissioned by the Desi Sangha Gyatso. So it's very likely this painting is also commissioned by the Desi Sangha Gyatso as a kind of ancillary work, or almost an appendices which goes along with the 85 medical paintings, because it's done in the same style. Now, in terms of painting style, what's really interesting about this is the composition, the spacing of the figures, the clouds, the open landscape. All of this is in a very traditional Menla Dundrup 15th century original Menri style of painting, which could still be found in the 17th century in Lhasa, and also in other locations such as Shigatse and Tashilhunpo Monastery. But this painting is fascinating because of its painting style, its dating, and then the subject being the Great Fifth, and these figures, which all of them are going to probably have some role in the medical tradition of Tibet. And then the fact that it's likely goes with the very famous Blue Barrel 85 medical paintings. So this is an absolutely fascinating painting historically, also artistically because of the painting style. So we'll leave it there. You can press like, you can subscribe, you can join HAR on Patreon for longer videos, videos that are a little bit more in depth on certain subjects. You can ask more questions on Patreon. So thank you.